All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai Bisham Kakodash. Call Elohim La Yahweh Shemel Shai Bisham Kakodash, and giving double honor to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, the great millstone who well. Peace and salutation to the elect. Psalm of the Rashim of the Heeds, 144,000 choice men that are the prophets of the Lord, servants of Yahweh Shemel Shai Bisham Kakodash. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, the Most High, whom the world He calls Yahweh and Jehovah is God, but his true name is Yahweh, which he is or he exists, he to be. By Hashem is in the name, Yahweh Shai is the name of the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father, whom the world typically would say Jesus or Yeshua or Christ, but the true name is Yahweh Shai. Bashem Kakadash, name of Spirit Holy. Shalom to the rest of the peaceable multitude of the 1/3 remnant, whom are not prophets but are believers, Israelites, men, women, and children. The Lord gonna have mercy upon us these times. So, I'm the brother Mappa. Just come with this news report here. A lesson. High side swingers club in Northeast Philly turns violent.
Believes someone likely has some inside knowledge about a big cash delivery to a place mostly hidden by anyone passing by on the outside.
This incident today, is disturbing.
Now you're bringing high-profile criminals around
Please
because
go,
they're getting
though.
wind of maybe the kind of cash that's being used in there.
Brian Murphy and fellow neighbors have new concerns about their next-door neighbor, the business known as Saints and Sinners, a swingers club. After Philadelphia police sources told me a 63-year-old man was held up at gunpoint for $30,000 in...
A 63-year-old man, so now you got these old guy, and I'm pretty sure it's an Edomite that had that money, like that, spending all that money on these drum girls. So you have it, swingers. We'll look up the word swingers just so that everybody understand. So swingers are people who are married, are in a long-term relationship, and who like to have sex with other people's partners. And this is wicked. Swinging, sexual practice. Swinging is sometimes called wife swapping, husband swapping, or partner swapping. Is a sexual activity in which both single partners in a committed relationship sexually engage with others for recreational purposes. Casual sex. Swinging is a form of non-monogamy, right? So it's more than one. It's not just one. And is an open relationship because you're opening it up for other partners. Now, obviously, we have to, of course, establish that a man can have more than one woman, but it's just that the woman that the man is involved with, if she is betrothed or promised or actually married with a man, dealing with a man, which you're talking about, having sex with another man, she has a partner. Another man ain't supposed to go and deal with that woman, okay? When she, especially if she has a husband, that's off in many ways, okay? Because it's adultery. All right, so Exodus chapter 20, real quick. And this is a heathen way, all right? So this is Exodus chapter 20, and it tells you here in verse 14, La'ah, tha, na'ap, meaning thou or not, thou, you, adult, commit adultery, speaking, all right? Committing adultery, all right? They got here always with wife of another, but it's basically, if a woman have sex with another man, that's adultery. Okay. If a woman have sex with a man outside of her husband, that's adultery. She's committing adultery. And I guess like Leviticus 19. If a man have sex with a woman that has a husband, that's off. All right. Let me see if I can get that scripture. Might be the 20th chapter. Give me one moment. And Leviticus 19 tells you about different sexual, or I think is it 19? This is 20. All right, so this was given to the Israelites. It says here, Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, because remember, a man's wife is a possession of the man. Okay? Well, Yash and man, Ashar, which, he, Naap, adultery, or commit adultery, I believe. Oth, definitely. You got, this should be a woman, wife. It should be like Ayesha, wife, woman. Ayash, man. Ashar, witch. He, Naap, Naap. He basically adultery, committed adultery, definitely a shath, but this should be a wife. His brother Mawath, neighbor, death, basically surely Mawath, surely in this case, but they say death, like surely die, basically. It says Naap, adulterer, the adulterer, and Naapath, adulteress. Okay? Going in. Now, we're talking obviously biblically in the eyes of the Lord. When you have sex, which means to cut, of course, if a woman is a virgin, being, untouched, when she have sex with the first man, that's her man should be her man for life, okay? And any man that goes into that woman, it'd be outside of her husband, pollutes her, defiles her, okay? That's mixing the seed too, all right? So, you could get like Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter, but also getting Genesis chapter 27 to 69 or something like that. Or I forget what that is. 24 and 67. Genesis 24 and 67, which it reads, this is Isaac. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Okay? So obviously he had sex with the woman, being Rebekah, and she became his wife. So that's how you get a wife. You know, you enter into her. All right. So that's then Isaac woman, which I believe that was, they went to get her. So it was like she was already set up. But going on, beyond the point, no man should be going and doing this swinging. Okay, that's wicked. Because also, let me get also this. This is Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter. Remember, you liken a woman onto like the land or the earth in a sense. Like a man is a husband and he plants his seed into a woman, going in, put his seed down. Like women, they would say a woman is like the earth. But yeah, you enter into her. But anyway, it says, they say, if a man put away his wife and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return into her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? Referring really to her. Okay? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, said the Lord, Yahweh. And we were likened unto a woman, and how we dealt with other gods, which are idols outside of the Lord. Okay, too. And you also worshiping other gods when you're doing these things that, like just swinging stuff. Okay. Now you say here, for the word polluted, I want to look that word. You have chanap, which means to be defiled or corrupt. Make godless. Okay? Hey, make her godless. Okay? Corrupt and defiling. Alright? Without power. Because it's like you're severing yourself from your husband, too. By having another man enter and corrupt the union that should be nourished via sex with your husband. Keep on reconsummating that marriage. You can relook up the Zonovan Bible Dictionary under marriage, and it speaks about that. Sex is basically marriage. All right. Now, and that's under the eyes of the Lord. All right. So now go on. And they got the scripture that say, "He that begetteth a wife getteth possession." And these guys are going as this is my wife. I want to make her happy, but I want to give her to another man because she's bored. Let's have an open relationship. Okay. Let's get this precept. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 36 and verse 24. He that getteth a wife begetteth a possession, a possession, a help like unto himself, a pillar of rest. Alright, so a woman is a possession of owning and controlling something. Okay? And if you can't just give your woman to another man, that's crazy. Alright? Going on. It says, and if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. So you can't be with, you have a woman, right? And then you want to deal with her mom sexually. You can't do that. That's sexually immoral in the laws of the Lord. All right? It is wickedness. And with all the different type of pornography, which I think pornography means adultery, the different, you go into all of that different realm of, movies and stuff. They plant a lot of the seeds of them wickedness into men, or women, and watching them and thinking of and seeing all these different acts. A lot of them are not lawful. All right. It says, they shall be burnt with fire, both he and they, that there be no wickedness among you. So, hey, you see that punishment in the ancient world. That would happen. All right, you have here with bestiality, You have here, skip. And if a man shall take his sister and his father's daughter or his mother's daughter and see her nakedness, and she see his nakedness, is a wicked thing. So you shouldn't be, dealing, and you shouldn't be even seeing also their nakedness. Period. Look up nakedness. I said I ra. This is a extended version, nakedness of ira, which just means their nudity. Okay, exposed, and also improper indecency behavior. All right, you ain't supposed to be seeing, your father's daughter's, bare breasts, or her naked. Period. Nudity, any of that. No cut. That's off. And she see his nakedness is a wicked thing, and they shall be cut off in the sight of their people. He hath uncovered his sister's nakedness. He shall bear his iniquity. Okay? You got all different type of things concerning uncleanliness with menstrual cycles. Not dealing with, you shouldn't be having sex with a woman on her menstrual. This all to the children of Israelites. Not uncover the nakedness of their mother's sister, nor their father's sister. Okay? Uncle's wife, brother's, and if a man shall take his brother's wife, it is unclean thing. He has uncovered his brother's nakedness. They shall be childless. Okay? Going on. And take laquach. Let's see what it is. Yeah, laquach goes into obviously the seas. Take by force, basically. Carry off. You have here take by in marriage. You got here too. Yep. So you can read some of the different things that sexual morality. All right. Then you have mixing of seed. Diverse. It's like you mixing seed when you having sex with a dude putting his seed into another man's woman. I believe them seeds, them sperms fight each other. But yeah, so going on. Let's go back to the story. I just kind of wanted to go into this just a little bit brief. Let me try to get this story again.
Cash this morning before 9 a.m.
And you had that guy. I think he's a politician, Mike Derscoli or whoever it is.
Sources say the robber was seen on surveillance waiting for the man in a red SUV hidden behind the fine wine and goods.
You wouldn't even know this place is back there. It's like in a strip mall, Northeast Philadelphia, almost near Academy Road. Between, you have like McGargy, Pennypack down the street. And you wouldn't even know this place is back here. You got a Planet Fitness. You wouldn't even know this place is back here. I didn't even know this place actually opened. I remember there was a point when I believe it was up for like a township meeting or something. The councilmen and people, and they were saying they didn't want that type of action in the area. But hey, this is Babylon, and this is what they do in Babylon. A lot of this debauchery, okay, sexual immorality, orgies. These are things that happen in ancient Rome, okay.
Spirit store for the man to arrive. Sources say when the victim was in the process of delivering the $30,000 he had in the bag, a man in a face mask and dark-colored hooded sweatshirt approached him with a gun, demanded the bag with the money, then got into a tug-of-war with the man over the bag before hitting him in the head with the gun and taking off with the loot.
How did somebody know he would have that kind of money with him?
Look at the guy right
What's going
there.
on in there? They need access
Politician dude right there.
to cash, it looks like, and big amounts of
There you
cash.
go.
So
Council member. Mike Jacoli. Yeah, I think his office, I think, is right there in Frankfurt too.
That's concerning that there's that much cash on premise for, future bad people.
What happens when this place is open? What's it like around here?
It's a full parking lot. Where we're staying right now, it's a full parking lot.
I wouldn't even know, because normally you don't see nobody in that parking lot, other than the other parking lots nearby, which you have like Planet Fitness and like Electric in the city of Philadelphia, warehouse place.
For the most
You got
part.
a Nigerian like restaurant,
And who goes here as far as you
politician, an
know?
old bank that closed down.
Oh, it's high-end people, high-end cars in the lot. Got a lot of cars from out of state. That's a signal. It's a red flag right there.
Thank you for calling Saints and Sinners.
We called and emailed Saints and Sinners, but have not heard back yet.
Of course
People
not.
stop. They knock on my door and ask for saints and sinners. For some reason, their GPS brings them to our house. What they do in there is their own business, but they affect me because of the way they keep their property. It's not upkept at all.
The near neighbor and I are going to ask for a meeting with the ownership team and just to hash out what our concerns are and see if we can get some cooperation.
Saints and Sinners now has 3 locations in our viewing area, 2 here in Philly and 1 down in Atlantic City. And Mike Driscoll, the councilman, says his office has had 0 complaints about the place in Northeast Philadelphia.
The dude just made a complaint. He said that people goes to his house, but there's not one that was sent directly to your office. Okay, on record. All right. And remember, these different politicians and they like getting down with all of these different swinging and all that type of stuff. They're very, very freaky and involved with all these different type of secret organizations and stuff. Now, going on to the Saints and Sinners site, you have it here, the sexiest and largest on-premise couples party on the East Coast. Okay, Atlantic City, Philadelphia, and Northeast Philadelphia. Okay, you can get you a membership. Apparently, this is an adult playground for swingers. You can have much more than a night out if you would rather run with the sinners than walk with the saints. And you would think to yourself, as 95% sinner and 5% saint, this is the place for you. So this is weird. This is some weird. You got one on Emory Street in 25 zip code. You can visit. I'm not sure if that's like. You can visit all the swingers club in Atlantic City. I mean, that's like a sin city, Atlantic City. And maybe you already have, if you have been on swinging scene for a while, but none of the others in Atlantic City and Cape May County areas can match the experience you have at Saints and Sinners. They showing, look, Foreplay Fridays, Fishnet Fridays. So things is going down, man, constantly. 80s night coming up, game night. Look at this, Gemini. All this, astrology, witchcraft. But it said veterans and newcomers are all welcome and invited to experience the way we party. It's more than just a party, though it's a lifestyle. So this is not just something you just do normally. I mean, one day. This is something like they do often and commonly and spend tons of money on. Hey. And they have it. This is the way of the heathen, okay? Because I showed you the laws, the statutes, and commandments concerning, some of them at least, concerning with women and men, okay? And then also, like I said, some alphabet activities going down there too. Those dudes are what they call, I think it's here. I'll put it in. Hold it. Yeah, so this one right here, cuckold is a man whose wife has been unfaithful or has been affair with another man. The term can also refer to a man who unknowingly invests. Let me see. No, this is. cuck, his wife has a sexual relationship with another man. She's cheating on you with a different man. No, here we go. This is it right here. Cuckold from the Urban Dictionary. A man who enjoys watching his wife commit adultery or be unfaithful with other men. Right? You got some dudes that actually watch another dude perform different sexual acts on their wives, and that's wicked. You defiled her. Okay? That's wicked. All right? In the scriptures. Biblically, it's wicked. We shouldn't do that. Okay? So, I think that's Jeremiah 10. Tells you, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, the other nations. Okay? Goyim. Alright, we shouldn't learn the way of it. Okay? Amar, Yahweh, which is thus. Amar said, Yahweh, La'ah, this should be the Ruck, way, not way. Ha, Gawayim, nations, heathen. La'ah, tha, lamad, wa. Thou not learned it, basically, I believe. All right. And it goes on, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay? We shouldn't, for the customs of the people are vain. Okay? And I'm going to leave it right there. All right? Goes into different Babylonian practices. All right? Habal. Vanity. Unsatisfactory. Something transitory. You know, here and there. Here and pass. Okay? You could be here and pass. You get destroyed. The Lord take you out from judging you. Judgment for doing these things. Alright? Many of our people is into that type of stuff. Or go there, you got dudes. Some dudes know that their wives might fantasize about having relations with a Israelite man. Okay? You know, they got this whole thing of us being hung as a horse and want to deal, you know, and with that, they give permission at these certain parties to do swinging, which apparently people may choose a swinging lifestyle for various reasons. Practitioners cite that increasing quantity of sex. Yeah, they having more sex with more people. Some people may engage in swinging to add variety. Women shouldn't have no variety of partners. A man can have multiple partners, meaning multiple wives, concubines. But remember, again, they can't, they can't be dealing with other men. They can't be married or betrothed, okay, to other men. All right. I'm not talking about under the system. But also, like I said, if somebody even had that type of, you know, under the system, don't go and try to deal with the woman. That's crazy. But anyway, some people may engage in it to add variety. Variety, have a quality state of different diversity. Women shouldn't have know about multiple mama thun, you know, or basically penises. They should know about, in comparison, this was great, this one, this night. No. Alright. Says sex lives, and due to their curiosity, some couples see swinging as healthy outlet. Now remember, the scriptures say that the heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it? Jeremiah 17:9, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Scriptures also say that this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 9 and 15, for the corruptible. It's like it. I'll get 14. Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 14, for the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, wretched and unhappy or uncomfortable, and our device, which are be thinking, are but uncertain, for the corruptible body, being the flesh, presseth down on the soul, spirit, right? And the earthly tabernacle with the mind that museth upon many things. So the mind, it museth upon many things. It has, when you go into musing, you go into like they put muse, just put muse. Like somebody basically, like you think, like meditate, deep thought, and it could go even deeper than that. Or else a dude would be like, that's my muse. Divert, to be teased, entrapped, distraction, ponder, stare, fixed, deceived, or cheat. Okay? So now, scriptures also tell us not to, I think that's in like Proverbs 3. This is Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, trust in the Lord Yahweh with all thine heart, mean your mind, and lean not on thy own understanding. Also, this is 27. Proverbs 3 and 7. Be not wise in thine own eyes, and fear Yahweh, and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. It's gonna be good for you, all right, for your body and spirit, man. Now you have it with the strange woman. This is Proverbs 3 and 31. Envy not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Okay, so you shouldn't be jealous. To be jealous of the oppressor. That's like a man, which is Esau. Alright. Choose none of his ways. We shouldn't be going in the way of the Edomites. They do these orgies. The Romans did that, So you gotta hear why Roman orgies. They said, look, you got to go into promiscuity and antiquity, sex in Rome. You had the same thing back then. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Alright, so you have it here in bed with the Romans and brief history of sex in ancient Rome. What is known about the sexual predilection of men and women in ancient Rome. What were their attitudes to extramarital sex and the same-sex relationships, and how scandalous were the Roman emperors. Authors Paul Crystal steps inside the Roman bedroom and revealed right from the start sex was linked to momentous constitutional development in the Roman state. Apparently I can't read this without having a some type of put decadence, 10 of the kinkiest things, and go to Life Hacker. Did the Romans and Greeks really enjoy these? Orgia to orgies. The word comes from the Greek orgia. This denotes rites practiced in honor of gods such as Dionysus, whose cult celebrated the regeneration of nature. It concerns so-called mystery cults, that to say those limited to initiates, men, women previously sworn to not divulge their secrets. You have it like they're trying to keep everything in the wraps. Just go to worshiping Dionysus. Okay? Which I think is like Bacchus too. Exactly. Youthful god of wine and drama. Identify the Romans with their Bacchus. Alright? And you could think like this carnival spirit and all of that. Out right now. Fertility god. You could go into it more. Phallus. You had Israelites that was into that. Idolatry. Ephesus. Let's see if I can put that. Alright, so we just gonna look here. Dionysus, this is off the International Standard Bible Encyclopedia. The youngest of the Greek gods. Okay? In Homer, he is not associated with the divine. Remember, Jake made up all these things, it's Greek mythology and stuff. But in later Greek legend, he is represented as coming from India and transversing Asia. All right. Goes into a lot of different information, but you will have to go into the Maccabees. Okay. Which we go into that. Second Maccabees 14 and 33, Antiochus and Epiphanes. Second Maccabees 6 and 7. Though that the cult of Dionysus would not be objectionable to the Jews, they're saying here. I have to go pull it up. Yes, it would be, but where the temple was filled with rioting and reveling by the Gentiles, who dealt with harlots and had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places, and besides that, in things that were not lawful. The altar was also defiled with profane things which the law forbiddeth, our laws that is. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Shabbat days or ancient fast, or to percept at all to be basically a Jew or Israelite. And in the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat sacrifices. And when the fast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in a procession to Bacchus carrying ivy. All right, and this is us being as the Gentiles. Okay. Moreover, there went out a decree or order to the neighbor cities of the heathen by suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions, okay, the different ways, the trends, okay, the behavior. All right, basically the image of Esau, their wickedness, the heathen, and be partaker of the Greeks, and be partakers of their sacrifices, right, to their gods, right? And whoso would not conform themselves, be in the same image of themselves to the matters of the Gentiles, should be put to death. All right, so they wanted a whole universalism. They wanted us to be just like them. All right. Okay. You have it with Alexander and these various generals underneath him, heavy and making us being universal, and us not having our identity as Israelites. Then might a man have seen the present misery. All right, and it goes into different punishments too, I think, too, for basically committing our particular custom. So This is out. So get a bigger understanding on things. You know, so you gotta look into history. Phallus, nature. Yeah. Divine, good oil. So yeah, pretty much about to close off. So I'm just gonna show some more. You got it. Membership information, $20 a year. That gets ridiculous. $20 a year. This is crazy for a woman. Couples is only $50 a year. This is great. This is wicked. $50 to be basically committing adultery. So this is like, say for example, this would be cheaper than them like basically hiring them, like dealing with harlots and stuff with some of them. For the men, swinging males or single males, $100. So it's more expensive for you as a man. Because hey, in the heathen world, this would be a dream for a single man to be able to bang, in the heathen terms, be a beast and to be having sex with people's wives and single females. Even though most women, they deal with multiple men. So they got the quote, "This is satanic. I'd rather run with the sinners than walk with the saints." So they're encouraging the wicked behavior. And you can read in Wisdom of Solomon, the way of basically the Edomites. Like the third or second chapter. It's been a long time I've run into these. So it says, Wisdom of Solomon 2:1, "For the ungodly said," the Edomites, "reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. For we are all born adventure, and we should be hereafter as though we have never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the movement of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned to ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. And our name shall be forgotten and tamed, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven with the beam of the sun, overcome with the heat thereof." You go on more, you view the whole chapter, and they talk about basically how they want to basically enjoy this life, okay, in wickedness, and how our ways is contrary to them. All right, so you can read that, all right, on your own. But Jake, you shouldn't be going out there swinging. You got STIs out there, obviously pregnancy, but you can look into hedonism, similar to your what do you call that, like being a Epicurean. This is Epicurean behavior, seeking pleasure all the time, and that being the main thing, main priority. Refers to hedonism, prioritization of pleasure in one's lifestyle, action, or thoughts. And that's the whole fashion of this world. It's all about pleasure. Group sex, group marriage, gangbang. Okay? That's what goes down there. But remember, it's idol worship to Dionysus. Okay? Bacchus. All right. So, are you part of that cult, that worship of that idol? And yeah, a lot of people are gonna be destroyed. This wickedness. So that's the lesson of the spirit. Yeah. So it says, basically, if a person was to get into that, and look, they got all type of this. Look, on resorts, they got different setups. Temptation is official, and you would think, well, see, like, why is it so easy, like, you know, for you to go to these different places, and it kind of promotes this very, very risque um, sexual behavior, because these people are basically followers of these different gods and their lifestyle, okay? Under that influence of them different idols. So you got different places they can search for partner events. When you want to sign up, you basically just gotta send pictures, sexy photos, and see if they'll accept you. And it's probably nothing to do to get into this thing. It just, you show up and basically just, they're just having a big old orgy. All right. So this is Rome again. All right. And that's another reason why this place is going to be destroyed, being Babylon. All right. For all of this whoredom, that's going on. So this is the mother of harlots. So shalom to the elect. That's the lesson.